Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Dr. Mary?
I'm good, Dee. How are you?
I'm pretty well.
Excellent.
Yeah. Did you see that sunrise this morning, people? If I had been still at the farm, that would have been an unbelievable lessons at sunrise. So I hope you caught it. I find myself now looking for them after having done that for almost 2 weeks and kind of missing that moment of nature. So yeah, that's that. Thanks to everybody who commented and celebrated with us our 50th episode on Friday. We have a lot of little note cards going out today. So if you sent us your address, if we asked for it, then they're going out today. If you didn't send us your address, you still can if you commented last Friday. So I sent reminder little Facebook messages to, I think, 3 of you this morning because I'm still waiting for your address. We'd love to get you a little note of gratitude as well. But it was fun to celebrate 50.
It was.
Kind of shocking to celebrate 50, but also fun to think about, well, what's 51 to 100 look like? Because I think we've told you a couple of times, our original intention was, well, let's set a goal of 100 and see what happens, see what we think. So we're in the second half of that now. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we had a quick conversation over the weekend about some shifts we thought we might try. And we're going to do these for 3 or 4 weeks and see if they take off at all. One of the goals is for it to be more of a conversation and less of a lecture. So we're trying to come up with ways that you might want to engage more actively with us, invite people in your life to engage with us, because we think the conversation is richer and deeper when there's more people talking than just the 2 of us and my mom and Sandy, which is great that both of you comment so often. We love that. But we'd love to see that audience commenting and engagement grow. So we've decided that for the next 4 weeks, we're going to try a new 5-day themed week. So today is Motivational Monday. Tuesday is Grateful Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Inspired Wednesdays. Thursdays is Guest Thursdays. And Friday is Challenge Fridays. So we hope to motivate, help you come up with things to be grateful about, because even when things feel like they are at their bleakest, when they feel like you're at the very bottom, whether it's because you've woken up and you fell off the wagon, or you had a lapse, or you just haven't even gotten yourself to a place where you can try something, or you're the spouse of that person, or quite frankly, you're someone who's living life and needs a little boost. Gratitude can go a really long way towards helping you shift your lens. So that's on Tuesdays. Wednesdays is Inspired Wednesday. So Dr. Mary and I do a lot of reading about various things around addiction. Mm-hmm. That's when we're going to talk about those. We're going to bring in some guests on Thursdays, and then we're going to have some sort of fun, very, very achievable challenges that we're going to offer out on Fridays over the weekend. So today is Motivational Monday. What are we talking about?
Yes. So motivated to remember what we were talking about. I can't actually remember.
We're talking about disrupting your system,
That's
your rhythm.
right.
So, it's all right, Dr. Mary.
I was trying to disrupt you. See what I did there?
Very well done. Way to live the dream. So, if you followed any of the writing that I did... good morning, Maren and Tiana. If you follow any of the writing that I did while I was on my retreat, you know that I had this revelation around this personal systems disruption idea that we fall into rhythms and it just becomes rote. Our lives become just kind of automated. You get up, you do your thing, blah, 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 you go through your day, you get to the end of the day and you realize, wow, maybe I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Maybe I didn't change up anything. Maybe I don't even know what I did today. And I think the value of even a brief systems disruption, a rhythm disruption, a pattern disruption can be really profound. And we decided that we would use today as this first Motivational Monday talk around the idea of why Dr. Mary's 4 weeks in rehab and my 2 weeks in a writing retreat were so powerful for us. Good morning, Hakun. Nice to see you. So talk about why those 4 weeks were so imperative for you. And I'm sorry to ask you a question and then ask you a question, but you initially did not want to go to inpatient treatment.
No, I actually thought I could do it just during the day.
But you could go back to your work life and then go in the evenings. That's what you originally wanted to do.
So, go to work, go there at, I think it started at 5 and go till 9 o'clock.
And then come
home.
Which
actually does work for some people. Some people use that as something to do after they get out of rehab, which I actually thought about doing, but even my counsellor said, you could, but I think you might be all right. And I thought about it, and I think Dana, I do believe you and I talked about it. Mm-hmm. But after those initial first 4 weeks, those first 4 weeks, one, they made me realise that that I needed help, mm-hmm. and that I couldn't fix myself
by
myself. I wasn't perfect. I was beginning to surmise that I wasn't perfect at that time. So it is literally, I had to rethink me completely. And one of the most powerful things we had to do was write 2 obituaries. One of how if we died through not quitting drinking, and one where we quit drinking, were successful at quitting drinking, and how our life ended up. And it's a powerful lesson.
And a pretty serious disruption.
Yes. Because I found them actually the other week when we were looking for a topic, and I read them to myself and I thought, oof.
Yeah, and I haven't read them. Yeah. So I think, what's interesting about this idea to me as I have been exploring it and living it is just how difficult change really is. Any kind of change, something small, something large. It's really hard to break your routine. For instance, the half a Great Harvest cinnamon roll I just ate this morning. Talked myself into a bite and then wrapped it up because that was all I was going to have. And then a bite and wrapped it up. And that sugar routine is really hard to break. How do I break it normally? I don't have cinnamon rolls in the house. I don't have Special K bars, as you all know. I don't have the stuff that kind of triggers my inability to control it, because I have a really hard time having things near me that I want that I have opted not to have. So it's better for me to just disrupt the system and not have access to them, which was true for you as well. It's sort of like you needed those 28-ish days to really break out of your old habits. I think had you come home, it would have been very hard for you to go into the basement and not drink.
I think it absolutely would have been. Some of you sitting there could say, well, that's obvious with hindsight. Well, yeah, but you were the one who actually sat there and went, that's not going to work. You need to go into inpatient care. And then you even told me that it was, part of the deal of coming home was I had to go and do it.
Well, I told you could come home, but I told you I wouldn't be here. Yeah. So that's an extreme case. My case was not forced. I applied for and was accepted for this 2-week writing residency, artist in residency program. But the same thing happened. I was thinking this morning, so I was waking up around 5 every day out at this farm that I was at, which is about when I wake up at home. But when I wake up at home, I'm already thinking about the arts partnership, and I'm already planning ahead to all of the things down the day. I'm not really being present in the moment. And the 2 weeks away gave me the opportunity to be present. So what I said at the start of this talk is really true. I looked at the sunrise today very differently than I would have looked at it 3 weeks ago. I've always enjoyed sunrises, but I looked at it today with the memory of that disruption of 2 weeks of running out to my soybean field to set up my camera and to share it with you. And so I'm bringing that back into my day-to-day, trying to find ways to fold it in, because that for me was a really positive change, to just go out and be in nature and to just experience that 15-ish minutes of calm every morning. It was a much, much nicer way to start the day. So I'm trying to keep that incorporated into my day-to-day today.
Successfully going through rehab actually, had the same effect on me. It disrupted my routine enough that, now I've been enjoying sobriety for quite a long time, and no regrets at all.
Yeah, so the motivation for today is you don't have to go necessarily away for 4 weeks or 2 weeks. How can you find 15 minutes to disrupt your routine? Something that takes you out of your everyday and puts you in a new place, whether that's that you went for a walk, or that you took some time to meditate, that you came upstairs to work instead of going downstairs, that you went for a drive, whatever it is. Put some headphones in and listen to music, whatever it is. Can you give yourself 15 minutes today, and maybe every day this week, to try something new, to shift your routine, to disrupt your personal rhythm, and see if it doesn't start to make you feel a little bit different? Because I think if you can start to feel a little bit different, you can start to actually make forward progress and feel better.
There's the first mornings I spent the entire morning sober. All woke up sober. I just thought, well, this is different. And you just start to appreciate just little things. And there's that old adage of, always be grateful for the little things in life, because as you get older, they turn out to be the big things.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely true, and it does absolutely true with being sober and in clear mind, or not fighting whatever addiction you have. It does give you a peace of mind, and it does disrupt your system in a very glorious way. Sometimes in the moment you don't think that, but then give it a few days and then look back on the day that you first started thinking like this, and you'd be surprised how much you've learnt from doing that.
Okay, so that's Motivational Monday. Tomorrow is Grateful Tuesday. So I don't know what we're going to do yet. We've got 24 hours, 23 hours, and 45 minutes to figure it out.
I suppose we'll be grateful if we find a guest for Thursday.
That's true. All right, thanks so much for watching. We hope you come back tomorrow at 8:30. Have an excellent rhythm disruption day.
See you
Bye.
tomorrow. Good luck.